Hi guys and welcome. So today is Sunday, November 9th. And I was thinking, what do I want to show today? Because literally I went through all my videos, and of the stamp sets that I currently have, I have done videos of everything featuring except for these three. Now I might have done a live for Hooray for Surprises, but I'm not sure. But let me just show you why these haven't been featured probably in a video. Hope you know. Good word sentiments, really not a lot to show. Now Hooray for Surprises, I have shown this in different videos, but I don't know if I've spotlighted it. And if I did, I think I did it as a live. So I'll have to look. But that's a possibility of maybe doing a looking back at. Sweetly Scripted is a online exclusive. Excuse me. Nice little glare from my sunlight. So some little sayings there. Of course, from the online exclusive, we have the classic letters. From also online exclusive, Happy Little Things. So with these, you can see Planted Paradise. I haven't shown this, and I haven't really used it. Got it as, I think it was a free gift when we attended one of our, I think, leaderships or something like that. So I haven't really focused on that one. And then these two word stamps that I use all the time in my everyday stamping. So, and those are from the annual catalog right now, I believe. Yes. So, some of these are from the online exclusives. You can see that because I put my online exclusives with my blue tag. Oops, sorry, it's not going to focus very well. And then these are all from the annual catalog. Whether they came out in a mini catalog and got carried over, or they came straight out in a catalog. So, I haven't shown you these, focused on these, because they're mostly words and sayings. So I thought, what am I going to do today for my introducing and my example card for tomorrow? So what I'm going to show you is, I guess every day I'm going to take a part of a card or stamping and kind of show you different ways there until we get to start ordering December 1st, I believe. Maybe December, I don't know, one of the first days in December, we can start pre-ordering for the January to April. So we'll see what shows up then. But I thought, let me show you a little bit about focusing on either a technique or a type of card fold or something along that lines. So the first one I'm going to show is just your basic gatefold. And let me grab some cardstock here. I'm still trying to use up my in colors that will be retiring in April. So I'm going to open my last package of my boho blue, and this is what we're going to use to show you some gatefolds. Now this week I'm just going to show you basic gatefolds. Next weekend I'm going to show you more complex gatefolds. Okay, if that makes sense. Let's just grab out some sheets of paper because everything's a little bit different. All right, first gatefold. Take your normal 5.5 by 8.5. Get that up there. But now we're going to score at 2 1/8. So you're going to go to that 2 1/8 mark, and you're going to score 2 1/8 on each side. Get out your bone folder. Let's go ahead and crease those. I'm getting this in here just to make sure that it's all straight. So there's your basic gatefold. All right, so that's if you do it as an 8.5 by 5.5. If you're doing a 4 1/4 by 11, or what most people considered a top fold card, here we're going to, so this is the 4 1/4 side. So our middle part to fit in an envelope has to be 5.5. So then we are going to score at 2 3/4 on each side. I know, I like math. Math is good. So when it's 4 1/4 by 11, and I was just a little off on one of my measurements, it looks like, just by a little here. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that up a little bit more like that. And there's your gatefold again. You could also do it this way. So there's your next gatefold. Okay, let me get out, because now we're going to do offsets. So here I still have my 4 1/4. Let me put these over here. Let me put them in there so they don't pop up. So you're going to take your 4 1/4 by 11. And then you are going to score at 4 and 8 1/4. 4, 8 1/4. So now you have a gatefold, and this is supposed to be like this, just so you know. You think, oh, that didn't come all the way in. I usually put this one on the inside because I don't like showing that unless you have some designer series paper you want peeking out here. But I usually do it like this. So even though this isn't a meet in the middle gatefold, it's still a gatefold. It's think about how a gate works. Yes, most gates don't overlap, but in this case, we're doing it that way. Now this is going to be, when you see it, this is going to be a 4 by 1/4 square. And you're going to say, well, Roxy, that can't go in an envelope. It is going to go in your regular envelope because it's 4 1/4. You're just going to have a little extra room. Not a big deal. And if you really didn't like that, you could always trim it down. So this is 4 here, and put it on a flat base card. I find that I don't mind it being 4 1/4, being a square card. So there's another type of gatefold. Let's go ahead and do another 4 1/4 by 11. And on this one, we're going to score at 3 1/2 and 9. So let's go 3 1/2 and all the way down to 9. Now this one is going to meet right in the middle. So let me go back here. There's just a little bit of a gap there, and that usually doesn't bother me that much. But if you're layering on paper, it will make just a little bit of difference. So this is another offset. So really, when you have your offsets here, and let me show you how I figure these out. So we're back to my 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, right? Usually we score right in the middle at 4 1/4, and that makes it half. But if you have 8 1/2, and you know that this part here has to be 4 1/4, which is 4.25. So I take 8 1/2 minus 4.25, leaves you your 4.25. So your folds have to be equal into the 4.25. So let's go 3 1/4. So I want one of my folds to be 3 1/4 when you want to meet straight in the middle. So I'm going to take away 3 1/4. That leaves 1. So we're going to go 1 on this side. I hope I'm doing this right. It's a lot of math. 3 1/4 on that side. So here again, when I scored, I didn't really, did you see that? I kind of moved the card a little. There we go. So there you have there. Same thing if you have a 4 1/4 by 11. So you have 11 across here, right? You know, if you were scoring this right down the middle, it'd be 5 1/2. So go minus 5.5, leaves us with 5.5. If you want it to be right in the middle, let's say we want it to go to 3 inches. So minus 3 inches leaves 2.5. So then on one side, we're going to go 2.5. The next side, the opposite side, 3. So now you have your gatefold that meets like that. The possibilities are endless, guys. And like I said, and if you wanted to fold over, then you would just make one of your sides a little, so if it was like 11 and you want to leave, let's say you don't want to do 5.5. You want it to be an offset. You can say, all right, I want to, let me see, do I have another piece of paper? See, this is where the math comes in. Now, usually I'm just folding copy paper to figure all this out. But here, let me go ahead and do it right here live. How about that? All right, so let's go 4 1/4 this way. Which I don't do 4 1/4 by 11 a lot. But with gatefolds, it works perfectly. All right, so let's say I want a 2-inch flap. And then I know that I have to leave 5.5 here. So I'll just go there. So normally it would be here. But I'm going to make it, all right, so that would make it meet in the middle, right? So here's your 5.5. That would make it meet in the middle. I'm going to move this to the right just a little bit and then bring it up. So now it's still going to fit in an envelope, but you're going to have a little bit of that overlap. See how that is? So you go ahead and have it this way. Let me do it again. Let me do it a little bit bigger this time. So let's say I want to have a 3.25 here. So here's 3.25 or 3 1/4. Then I'm going to move that score line to my 5.5. This would make it a flat gatefold. But if I want it to overlap, I'm just going to bring it however I want, that way, moving it to the right. I can, look at that. I just automatically must go to that. I want to do one where you don't have that tiny. So let's try it one more time. Like I said, I usually am playing around. I have a piece of copier paper that's so folded because I've done this all the time. All right. So let's go to here. So here is my 5.5, right? I'm not going to have it be like that. So let's just go in just a little bit. How about that? And we'll fold it. Oh my gosh, guys, I just normally always go that way. We're gonna have lots of fun folds here. So let's think about it this way. Let me go. All right, so let's go 3 here. And let's do 3 on this side. So now 3 and 3 is 6. That means you're going to leave 5 in the middle. So now when we fold this one, that one's a little bit bigger. Still going to fit in your envelope as long as your middle part is not more than 5.5 inches. It's going to fit into your envelope. So this one is a flip flap that way just a little bit. Then I would always jut it up here and re-emphasize those score marks. So play around, guys. I have a lot of examples to make for tomorrow now, don't I? Because I will go ahead and use all of these. But this is how, oh, you know what? And I didn't show you. This is the way my mind works. All right, let's go back to our 8.5 by 5.5. So we know that 4 1/4 is where we want this to be. So if we score at 2 here, if we go take that score mark to the 4 1/4, this will be exactly meet in the middle. So we're going to go just a little bit to this, again, to the right. So it's not at the 4 1/4. And now you have, this would be good for a gift card, possibly. Look, go like this. This you could be for your gift card. All right, one final one. I'm going to go ahead and go just 1 1/2. All right, 1 1/2. Here is if it was going to meet right in the middle. Now you don't want to go bigger than that 4 1/4. Remember, otherwise you have to use a different size envelope. So here's 4 1/4. I'm just going to move a smidgen. So now you have a nice little, almost like a matchbook flap. So guys, play around with it, all right? My commitment to you is that I'm going to have all of these done tomorrow. We'll do one together. We'll pick one out and we'll do it together. But I'll have all of these fun gatefolds and overlapping gatefolds ready to go. And now it's just a matter of, if you pick a certain size to do, then you'll just, if you want to start your layering, you're going to just go down 1/4. So you'll measure here, see how this is, this one is 3 1/4. So then it's going to be, my layer is going to be 3 by 5 1/4. So yes, you're getting into math now, but they're just, and they're so unique. When you give them to someone, they're so unique because they're not just a standard open card where both sides where, you know, it's just your standard card that is the same front and back. This adds a little more interest because you're actually introducing different angles. All right, guys, thanks for joining me for this World of Gatefolds class. Come on back tomorrow. We'll go ahead and we'll do one together. All right, give me a thumbs up. Share on your social media or with your friends. Most of all, have a great Saturday. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll finish up a card. Oh, look, I'm trying to do a Watch It Wednesday, Finish It Friday episode. Come back tomorrow. We'll do an example together to show you how you can make these easy gatefold cards. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now.